Can you tell Roger they're gonna run it and then hit him with a large blunt object for me, will you? I gotta go grab him. Can you finish it? Mm-hmm.
Well, he is, among other things, a piss-poor speller. That's why the Houston Chronicle put him on the radio instead of a desk. But 3 years later, he was their news director. I mean, to call his beginnings humble would be gilding it. A graduate of that most notable of journalism schools, the Sam Houston State Teachers College. In 1959, he took his first job in the burgeoning medium of television, and a year later, when a hurricane hit Galveston, he convinced the cameraman to shoot the radar screen, showing Americans for the first time how a storm worked. He was the first journalist to report John F. Kennedy had been shot. He described the Zapruder film in detail to a nation that was not allowed to see it. Became White House correspondent at the age of 33, chief London correspondent a year later. He brought the horrors of the Vietnam War into American living rooms for the first time. And at a broadcast convention in 1974, where President Nixon was scheduled to appear and not take questions, he, of course, asked a question. And Nixon, upset, asked, what are you running for something? And my friend politely replied, "No, sir, Mr. President. Are you?" He covered the Russians in Afghanistan, the hostages in Iran, and in 1981 became anchor of the CBS Evening News. He's now anchored more nightly news broadcasts than anyone else in U.S. history. He's dined with kings, and he's angered presidents. He's questioned dictators. It's not bad for the son of a ditch digger from Wharton, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you my friend and the reason I have this job, Dan Rather.
Thank you all. Thank you all for that warm welcome. And thank you, Andrew, for that wonderful introduction. And yes, I will honor your speaking fee.
It's been a real pleasure, real pleasure.
Hey, Andrew. I have no idea.
He draft dodged. I get it. So did Clinton. So did half the country. You know, he's a rich guy who used his connections. This is news.
What about him going AWOL?
We have no proof. We have rumor and innuendo, and we like it because it's sexy. Look, show me one piece of paper that proves that he wasn't there. Give me one man who will go on the record, and I'll back you all the way, but reporting hearsay is amateur. It's beneath us.
He wore that uniform. He put on that flight suit, and he landed on the deck of that carrier, and he declared mission accomplished. He wore it for the cameras, like it was a costume. Now, you go AWOL. You go to military prison. You do not get to wear this country's uniform. You do not get to command our men, and you sure as hell do not get to be president.
Yeah, I got Mike Smith talking to him right now.
Well, then you gotta know about the 1996 Telecom Act. See, the rule was that no company could own more than one TV station, radio station, or newspaper in the same market so that no one could have a monopoly on the flow of information, right? The 96 Act eliminated that cross-ownership ban. Now, all TV news is controlled by just 5 corporations. GE, Disney, Time Warner, News Corp, and Viacom, which owns CBS. And all these mega corporations rely on what?
I'm 7.
Okay, doesn't mean you shouldn't know about the world. Corporate tax breaks and favorable government legislation. Let me put this as simply as possible. The government actually controls the financial well-being of the very institutions that are supposed to be reporting on it. Can you still report the news? Sure, as long as you don't break the golden rule. Thou shalt always protect the company. Right?
I'm gonna go watch The Little Mermaid.
Okay. I mean, don't get me started on the commercialization of Nordic mythological fantasy.
Ever think maybe you're being paranoid?
Once, I just dismissed it as paranoia.
Half an hour, okay?
Okay, Mom.
Look, we got a problem. Look, Burkett's talking other outlets. New York Times, Vanity Fair.
You gotta get him to come meet with us and bring the documents.
Yeah, well, if he does that, then he loses all of his leverage. The guy wants money.
We don't do that.
Look, he's worried that he's gonna have to relocate after this. He's worried that it'll put him in danger. Shit, he's worried his phone's tapped.
Aren't you?
Marion, listen to me, okay? If these really are missing pieces of a sitting president's military record, we're talking about the holy grail of documents. If we're not gonna pay, somebody else will.
Tell Burkett we don't believe him.
But we do.
You tell
believe
him.
it.
If he wants to keep us on the hook, he's gonna have to show us something to prove his story. You get me in a room with those documents, and I will close him.
Well, you really gotta have a lot of confidence in your burger to name your restaurant that.
How early are we?
That's really good.
So what do they look like?
The burgers?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And how do we recognize them?
I don't know. I thought you Googled them or something.
We've arranged a clandestine Whataburger rendezvous with a man who wants to bring down the President of the United States, and we don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah, let's not tell anyone this happened.
Yeah. Hello?
Y'all stay in the car. In case someone listened to our calls, we're going to move to a secondary location.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You get your own experts if you want to and have them look at them.
We will.
Many believe the swift boat ads coupled with the usual post-convention bump could give the president as much as a 10-point lead over Senator Kerry.
Wait a minute. Wait, say it again. Say it again. I can't hear you.
I said we got him. They contradict Bush's official story, the one he put in his autobiography, the one he ran on.
Could you not read, drive, and talk on the phone all at the same time?
Look, I got Lucy putting together document examiners, but we really need to start getting people on camera.
The road-
All right, just fine. What's your schedule after the convention?
Well, Hurricane Francis makes landfall on Friday.
No.
I'm sorry. You know how I feel about hurricanes, Mary. They're incredible displays of nature's power.
They're wind.
Just
Look, I am asking you as a friend, please do not go to this hurricane. Not. Oh, Mary. Sorry. Now, Dan, I am going to start talking to Josh about timing.
Okay. Thanks. I knew you could do this.
All right?
What you said back there to Nikki Burkett about the bullying,
Yeah? What about it?
it was great. It was like you weren't trying to close her. It felt real.
Good.
I'll fax you when I get there.
He's gotten so big.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Gotta go, kiddo. Big story. Gotta go ask some questions.
With the man with the cameras.
Yeah. With the man with the cameras. Love you.
Okay.
Come here. You be careful. I mean it. This is honor and duty. This is where those guys live. Bye, baby.
Maybe you should let him watch this one.
Okay.
Backs that up. Now, the documents, they were just a small part of it. They were not the point of the story.
Doesn't matter what the point of the story was. We have to stop the bleeding.
They do not get to do this.
Do what?
They do not get to smack us just for asking the fucking question.
You know, Monday morning, I want analysts backing us up. Let's go.
Andrew?
Yeah.
The way this entire thing has been handled. If you want my resignation, I understand.
Get out of my office.